Welcome back to the channel, Red Devils. Big news coming out of Old Trafford today. Is Paul Pogba set for a shocking return? Ruben Amorim claps back after Sir Jim Ratcliffe's brutal comments. And Alan Shearer reveals an X-rated blast from Sir Alex Ferguson. Stay tuned for all the latest drama, transfer updates, and behind-the-scenes action. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Paul Pogba to Man United transfer truth emerges as return stance clarified. Manchester United have no plans to resign former midfielder Paul Pogba, according to the latest reports. The Frenchman, who returned to United in August 2016 for a record-breaking fee of £89 million, is now free to return to professional football after his ban came to an end. Pogba left Juventus in November despite having his 4-year ban reduced on appeal after testing positive for the prohibited substance DHEA. The 2018 World Cup champion is now free to play again and has been associated with a move to several clubs, including his former team. Pogba would have 2 spells at Old Trafford, winning the League Cup and Europa League during his second spell, which was characterized by inconsistent performances, before he departed once more on a free transfer in June 2022, joining the Old Lady. Despite plenty of speculation, journalist Fabrizio Romano has claimed that there is no truth to rumors that Pogba could make a sensational return to Old Trafford. At the moment, I'm not aware of anything concrete on this story. Zero, he said in his latest newsletter for Give Me Sport. Pogba recently posted a video of himself training on the pitch doing a selection of drills, with the caption, "Someone is back." The 31-year-old also shared posts from others saying, "It's time, my brother. Look who is back," and Paul Pogba loading. The midfielder was asked last year if he missed United during his period away from football. He admitted that he had not thought about the club in that way due to more pressing matters in his life. "Truly, I had so many problems," he told Sky Sports. "I did not have time to think of Manchester United. I needed to get rid of all my problems and play. I watch Manchester United and I still have teammates there. They are still one of the biggest clubs in the world, but I wasn't thinking about more stuff." Ruben Amorim says he and Man United players underperforming after Sir Jim Ratcliffe comments on squad. Ruben Amorim has acknowledged he and Manchester United's players are underperforming this season, after Sir Jim Ratcliffe's criticism of the squad. Among a series of media interviews on Monday, the United co-owner said, "Some players are not good enough and some probably are overpaid. But for us to mold the squad that we are fully responsible for and accountable for will take time." The comments came amid media reports that Man United will overhaul the squad this summer as they look to rebuild and challenge for trophies again. When asked about Ratcliffe's comments, Amorim admitted that there are issues to resolve across the board and said the team were determined to change opinions. Speaking ahead of Thursday's Europa League last 16-second leg tie against Real Sociedad, the Man United head coach said, "I think if we are being honest, everybody, me and the players, we are underperforming this season, so we can change that. You are talking about players like Casemiro, for example, who have won everything, and we know that these kind of players can play so much better." Ratcliffe was honest on that. "The focus is to change his mind and change all the people's minds. It's the right way to do it. Even people say I'm not good enough for this club, and my feeling is that you can change that with results. In training, I feel that they want this really bad, especially for tomorrow. Sir Jim and I are blunt and honest with each other." Despite Amorim's own admission, Ratcliffe was far more complimentary about the head coach himself, adding to the BBC, "I think Ruben is an outstanding young manager. I really do. I think he will be there for a long time." When asked about his own view of their relationship, Amorim added, "It's really good since day one. We are really blunt and honest with each other. It's our character, we are quite similar in that. I've always felt the support of the board and especially Sir Jim. I cannot tell you the conversations, but they are simple, honest, and clear." After plans for a new stadium were confirmed on Tuesday, Man United CEO Omar Barada also told Sky Sports News that he would love to open the new stadium with Ruben Amorim as our coach, further adding to the notion that the club hierarchy sees the Portuguese staying at the club long-term. "I already knew that. All of these conversations I've had in the past with them," Amorim said about Ratcliffe and Barada's views on his future. After matches, they came to the dressing room to explain this but to say it publicly is really good for the coach. But we need results and to improve the team. But since day one, I've felt the support of everybody here. In the short term, Amorim also confirmed that there are transfer plans in place to help Man United improve next year. He said, "We have a clear plan to address next season. We have Europa League also and you can reach." Man United news. Ruben Amorim challenges players after brutal Sir Jim Ratcliffe remark. Ruben Amorim is calling on his underperforming Manchester United stars to prove Sir Jim Ratcliffe wrong, starting with tonight's meeting against Real Sociedad at Old Trafford. Manchester United face Real Sociedad on Thursday in the second leg of their Europa League round of 16 tie, with head coach Ruben Amorim calling on his players to prove owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe wrong. After the Ineos chief claimed some players were overpaid and not good enough, in an interview at the start of the week, Amorim said that everyone is underperforming, with United languishing 14th in the Premier League. But the Portuguese, who is close to welcoming back Mason Mount from his latest injury, added, "The focus is to change his mind and change all the people's minds." Here are the big stories from in and around Old Trafford over the past 24 hours. Mount boost. Mason Mount has made his latest return to Manchester United training in a boost to Ruben Amorim. The England international is close to being involved after 3 months out with a hamstring injury sustained in the derby win away to Manchester City in mid-December. Mount, 26, has spent more time in the treatment room than on the pitch since moving to Old Trafford from Chelsea in the summer of 2023. He has made 32 appearances in all competitions across 19 months, scoring just 1 goal. Rashford cost. Manchester United could be forced to pay out £20 million if Marcus Rashford leaves this summer, with the England star facing an uncertain future at Old Trafford. Rashford is currently playing for Aston Villa on loan after falling out with Ruben Amorim at United, and it appears unlikely he will return to his boyhood club in the summer. Villa have an option to sign Rashford permanently for £40 million if his loan deal is a success, but it is unlikely Unai Emery's side would be able to pay his huge salary of £325,000 a week. While United could end up pocketing £40 million for Rashford, the club could end up paying off the rest of his contract to satisfy his demands, which adds up to around £20 million. Stadium challenge. Sebastian Coe reckons the legacy of Manchester United's new £2 billion stadium can be even bigger than that of the London 2012 Olympics. Lord Coe played a major role in the successful 2012 Olympics bid and the regeneration of the area around the London Stadium, now home to West Ham. He believes the same effect can happen in the area around Old Trafford, with United's new state-of-the-art stadium the centerpiece of the regeneration plan, but on an even greater scale. Alan Shearer reveals X-rated blast from Sir Alex Ferguson in infamous transfer meeting. Alan Shearer held talks with Sir Alex Ferguson over a potential move to Manchester United in 1996, but the striker ended up signing for boyhood club Newcastle instead. Alan Shearer has opened up about his talks with Sir Alex Ferguson over a potential move to Manchester United, sharing the first thing the legendary manager told him. Ferguson attempted to sign Shearer multiple times during his career, most notably in 1996 when United and Newcastle battled it out for his signature. Shearer met with both Ferguson and Newcastle boss Kevin Keegan before making a decision on his future, with the striker ultimately deciding to join his boyhood club. "I got the call from Manchester United," Shearer told TNT Sports. "It was really strange because I was meeting Kevin Keegan and Sir Alex on the same day in the same house, and I met Kevin in the morning and Sir Alex in the afternoon. It was actually David Platt's mother-in-law's house. We'd sort of taken over the house because we wanted it all done in secret. I remember Sir Alex coming in the afternoon after the talks going really well in the morning with Kevin, and his first words to me were, 'Am I seeing you first or have you seen Kevin this morning?' And I went, 'I spoke to Kevin this morning.' And he goes, 'Excuse my language,' he went. Those were his first words to me. But anyway, talks went really, really well, and I thought at one stage I was going to go, and I even went house hunting around Manchester for a day. I got another call off Kevin a few days later saying, 'Can I have another half an hour with you?' And I had half an hour with him, and I just thought, what am I waiting for? I've got to go back home. And that was it. I rang the missus up because the meeting again with Kevin was in Manchester, and I said, 'There's going to be a taxi come in half an hour. and you've got to pack me a bag and put it in the taxi and send it to Manchester Airport. I went and I signed for Newcastle. Shearer went on to spend the rest of his career at Newcastle, retiring from football in 2006 as the Premier League's all-time record goalscorer. Although Shearer never won a major trophy with Newcastle, he insists he does not regret picking them over United. I know that I've missed out on a lot of trophies with Man United, he admitted. I'd have won so many more trophies. I know that, but I wouldn't have. I'm not sure I would have had that feeling that I get playing for Newcastle for 10 years. I was lucky enough to break my dad's heroes record, Jackie Milburn's. To have 10 years, to have a testimonial, to have a statue, to have the goal-scoring record. And to live my dream, I lived my dream.